All right, everyone, we have Subrajit here who has got 84 overall. First of all, congratulations, Subrajit, for this wonderful score. 83 listening, 82 reading, 87 speaking, 85 writing. So how it feels like to have this 79?
It feels awesome. I feel like that I have achieved something in my life.
So like
it's
what?
It's not just a PT score, it was a long goal to achieve. So yeah.
So like what was your previous attempt scores were like? I read like 70, 73 it was, right? Approximately.
Yes, that's right. Yes. So I gave my first attempt in the month of February, like end of February, where I scored around 73 or 74. Yeah.
Okay, so we quickly move into a few of the questions which tested our methods. So what was your routine like? What did you follow basically on an everyday basis? Morning you woke up and then went to work, and then when you came back for the PTE preparation, what was that routine like? Could you please tell all our viewers?
Yes, definitely. I always followed your routine. So every day, during in the daytime. So I separated my routine in the daytime and for the evening time. So in the daytime, I tried to practice 2 or 3 spelling tests.
Spelling tests.
And also,
okay.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and also I tried to complete the reading tests, like 2 reading tests, mock. From the materials, and that is for the daytime. In the evening, I tried to complete 2 listening mocks, and also I used to attend all the classes like the one we have taken. Besides, I have a weakness in repeat sentence, so I practiced repeat sentence every day, and then so that is kind of a routine.
And reading a novel or something, listening to a podcast or something, were you into it on an everyday basis?
Yes, definitely. Every day, after I finish my office in the evening, like when there is a break, before I start listening mocks, before I attend the classes, I generally read the novels for 1.5 hours.
One and a half hour to relax your mind on an everyday basis. You did this, is it?
Yes, that's right. And also in the morning when I go for a walk or something, I just put my headphone on and I listen podcasts. And
very
everything.
good.
So
and
that is how I covered my routine. While I am going for work, I'm doing the listening podcasts and everything. And after I finish my office, I just read the novels for 1.5 hours.
Great. So his routine is like listening to a podcast. That too, whenever he's walking, or whenever he's going to office, that is not considered, like additional time. So that time is, using it for listening to a podcast. That's why his listening skills will be improved. And then, as per what he said, 1 to 1.5 hour reading a novel, and he told, I used to read to enjoy and to relax my mind. PTE was not the concern. You relax your mind and just read, automatically you get more scores in the PTE. Along with that, you used to do 2 reading mocks. Reading and listening mocks are a part of our course, where it has some 5 reading FIB questions. Sorry, not 5, like 3 reading FIB questions, or like 2 reading, writing, fill in the blanks, and some listening, fill in the blank, and write from dictation. So overall, what he meant is reading FIB, reading, writing FIB, listening FIB, write from dictation, and also he meant read aloud. These 5 is what he practiced on an everyday basis. Along with this, 1 hour of reading activity and some 30 minutes of podcast and some 5 spelling tests. So this is how a routine should be. If you do not have that skill required to pass that 79, probably when he got 73, 74, he did not acquire that kind of a skill. Because of that, probably the scores were stuck, and because of this routine, the scores have come up. I believe this is so true, Deepankar. What do you say?
Yes, sir, definitely. I want to highlight a point here. I would be very much honest that when I gave my first attempt, I was not totally honest with myself or honest with your routine. I definitely did a lot of gaps there. I gave a lot of gap. For example, I didn't do the spelling test regularly. Listening podcast was also not regular. Yeah, I used to read novels, definitely, but I did not used to listen podcast every day. But when I got my first result, I got to know, this is my fault and I'm doing it wrong. And after my first attempt, I just started following your words, like, the Bible words, and I did it, like, with my blind eyes. And I believe after this 2.5 months, I finally got my success.
Okay, 2.5 months, yes, tried this, by the way. All right, we'll quickly move on to a few of the questions that our viewers wanted me to ask you. Did you apply one line in PT Read Aloud?
No, I did not.
Okay, as simple as that, he did not. So do I suggest people to apply? I don't. So if you apply, the scores could be up and down. Some have gotten 90, I'm not denying it, but many have gotten low scores as well, so it's very risky. So I never recommend any of my students to go with one line, because it is very easy to read. And now we will make Subrajit read as well. If this is the Read Aloud, I want you to take your time and show us how you would read in the exam. If it was Subrajit who got 79 plus in all, how he would read in the exam. Take your time and then you can start once you're ready.
Rolling stones of Death Valley is one of Earth's most intriguing natural phenomena, found in only a few locations globally. This event showcases the planet's diversity and the complex interplay of natural elements.
Beautiful. He is just reading it with the same tempo, the speed with which he was just speaking to me a couple of minutes ago, isn't it? Meaning naturality. He is not focused on speaking very fast. Selling Stones of Death Valley is one of the world's most. All these are not required. This is the proof. This is what I am just talking about. You don't have to really go fast as long as you maintain the rhythm that he did. Many would argue that like he was going really slow. No, he was not going slow. That's a precise speed. And I believe, Subrajit, you had the same speed in Read Aloud throughout your speaking section, is it?
Yes, that's right. To be honest, when the exam started, I broke down emotionally. I mean, not emotionally. It was more like I was very much anxious. So when I started, I believe the first one, I just tried to keep my nerve calm and I just went with the flow. I just read it. I did not think like, I have to get the score or I have to read very fast or I have to do anything. Whatever I did throughout the course and throughout my training, I just tried to follow that. And that is what I did.
Great. And he was able to, speak in Describe Image and Retell Lecture the same way he did in Read Aloud is only because he's going at a very composed voice. He's not rushing, he's not going fast. He is aiming at a very natural speed. You do this at a natural speed. Selling Stones of Death Valley is one of the Earth's most intriguing natural phenomena. As composed as this, trust me, you would be able to stick to the same speed even in Describe Image and Retell Lecture. Follow what Subrajit did. Alright. Repeat sentence. What was your strategy like?
Throughout my course, what I understood from you that understanding the context is more important. So even in the listening skills, and repeat sentence is definitely a part of the listening skills. So whenever there is a repeat sentence, I close my eyes, I just get to the word, I understand whole context, and then I try to speak. One or two things I did, that is, if it is a long sentence, there are three parts in a sentence: noun, verb, object. The noun and the verb part is not that much difficult, but object could be, because there a speaker can say a lot of things like lion, cat, mouse, dog. So and that basically comes in the end, right?
After like seven words or 6 words, after that it usually starts, you mean?
Yes, that's right. So when they say cat, dogs, mouse, all this, I just repeat it in my mind for 1 or 2 times just before it starts the recording.
Got it.
And then I say the whole word. I try to, because when I say the object or the last part for 2 or 3 times, it is already there.
Correct.
And the beginning, if you understand the concept, if you understand the context, it is not difficult to say the noun and the verb part.
Great.
So
Yes.
that is how I covered the whole sentence.
Great. So what you meant is it's pure listening skills. Repeat sentence is a test of your listening skills. You listen, you understand, it will become more easier for you to do it. And he's also stressing on the last part. Government must allocate funds. Government must do something for what? That the last part is little trickier. So the last part he used to repeat at least once or twice so that it would be imprinted over here, which makes it more easier for him to speak. This is what he followed. At the end of the day, it is the fluency here over the content, but in order to get that flow, get that fluency, you need to as he told, understand what it is. So get right into the basics, understand the audio. For that, listen to the podcast every day. I think that has also helped you a lot. We quickly move on to describe image. How was it possible to maintain the flow? Because describe image, you don't have the words like read aloud. Read aloud, you just read whatever is there. Describe image, now you have to frame some sentences. How was it possible to have a good fluency over here?
So just like repeat sentence, every other day I covered 2 or 3 describe image every day in my practice, and I tried to practice different formats. So there are 3-4 formats, right? I'm talking
Correct.
about the bar graph,
Line
the
graph, pie chart, yes.
the table, and like those pie chart, those are there, right? So what I did is I took one sample of each one and I covered the template.
Great.
It is very easy if you practice, like, not every day, but twice or thrice a week, and you just follow the template, then it will be in your mind. And I don't think like you have to think about the fluency at all.
It will
Because
come.
you have the data in front of you, you just need to put those data into the template, and
That's it.
your template, and that's it.
And like how long you spoke in describe image? Approximately?
Max. I always covered between 25 seconds to 30 seconds.
Beautiful. Perfect.
I know if I speak more than that, I will fumble.
You will make
so
mistake.
And here, if you remember the template, it will not take you more than 25 to 30
Perfect.
seconds. I believe max 26 to 28, most of them.
Perfect. So that's the ideal range. 25, above 20 you do, below 30 is enough. If you want, you can speak till 40 seconds. But remember the famous rule, the more you speak, the more mistakes you make. All right.
Yes.
Retell, lecture, or summarize spoken text. How many phrases were you putting into the template?
I believe, I have given 4 phrases.
4. That's all. Great. 4 is risky, but yes.
Yes.
Only 4 with the template, whatever I've given. Last line, you repeat the first line, is it?
So mine was at first the speaker discussed about dash. At first speaker said this. Later he mentioned this. In the end he talked
4
about,
lines. No problem. So 4 has worked. So phrases, you mean very small sentences, or one phrase is like what? One phrase means what for you?
So at least 4 to 5 words.
4 to 5
you have to
words.
put.
So is it in a small
For the
sentence?
summer.
Okay, please continue. For summarized spoken text.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. So for the summarized spoken text, I remember I even made the compound sentences. Also.
Great. Great.
For the detailed lecture, I did not. But for the second one, I did.
So only 4 phrases he has written and he has got this course. It should work, but 4 phrase means not keywords, 4 small sentences, so 4, 5, 6 words each. He has done only 4 times and he has got the score. It should work as long as you do it correctly. All right, we quickly move on to the essay. Explain us what is your strategy for the essay.
Okay. I remember your golden line. One day you told you don't have to memorize it. It is just you just see it once every day and it will be in your mind.
Correct.
Trust me, that works. Initially I used to force my brain to remember it. It did not work. Then I just I have seen it 3 or 4 days continuously before writing an essay. And it was, after that it was in my mind. In the exam, weekly, once or twice I wrote the essay. And in the exam, what I did is, at first I wrote the template, the whole. I put the gap, like you share the template, put the gap and tag.
Correct.
I just kept like that. I wrote the whole template, and then in each line I just filled up. There was total 5 or 6 sentences that I wrote. If I follow your template, if I remember, I tried to do it in 1:3:2. What I mean is 1 simple sentence, 3 compound sentence,
Great.
2 complex sentence.
Mixture.
That is how I tried to cover.
And in the end, you proofread for the spelling.
Yes, definitely. That is the most important part. I believe if you have the template in your mind, and if you put all this, by 12 or 13 minutes, it will
Great.
be over. Generally, it used to get over for 12 to 13 minutes. Then you have ample 7 minutes. It hardly takes 3 to 4 minutes to cover the whole proofreading, and then you still have time.
Great.
I had the time.
Great. All right. Summarize written text. What did you do?
I just followed your rule. So I just took through 2 or 3 lines. I used the fan voice that use the connectors. I connected, exactly line I took from the passage. I kept it within 50 words.
Great.
And done.
That's it. Done and dusted. No need to practice. Take 2 or 3 sentences. 2 is enough.
No. I didn't practice ever.
It didn't practice. 2 or 3 sentences between them, add a connector, towards the end, full stop, done and dusted. No need to check in any websites. All right. Did you pay a lot of attention to reorder the paragraph? Did you practice them on an everyday basis? Were you worried? Were you concerned?
Yes, I was worried or concerned. But honestly, I did not practice it, every day. During the mocks, when I give the mock, I did it. Initially, I was very bad, but now I feel very much confident. I believe you remember last weekend you did the reorder the paragraph. I got 20 out of 20.
Great.
And this all came from reading the novel. So
Great.
if you read the novel, you get that instinct what comes after next.
Beautiful.
So you don't have to practice a lot. You read the novel. This will come in your instinct.
Great. You read the novel, automatically this will come in your instincts as to this has to come after this, because you're so engrossed in the story that you want the story to be completed the way it has to be. So as a result, you end up finding the right sequence. Great, but he did not pay a lot of attention to reorder. It's not very important. All right, moving on to the next question. Right from dictation, did you add extra words, sir?
Yes. I think more the sentences were, my extra words were like double. Like if it was 7 or 8, I almost added more 8 or 10. I don't know if you remember. So my format is I write a sentence and then I add all the articles and kind of
prepositions.
Like A and B, to, at, is, or, by. I add like that. And also like if I write a line, let's say I eat mango. So it is like I also eat, I eats mango, he eats mango, he or she. I try to...
Every possibility.
Yes, every possibility. Yes, you do. And also it is not impossible because, what I believe, if you are doing everything correctly, you will have 6 to 8 minutes in the end, and there will be 3 to 4 right from dictation. For me, I got 4 right from dictation and I had 8 minutes. I took my smooth time for every right from dictation. I spent around 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes.
Great.
And I finished my exam before 1 or 1.5 minutes. So
great.
It is possible.
Great. It is possible, and yes, you can add extra words. Not just extra words, is added whole list of bunch of words, prepositions to, in, on, across, at, and like he, she, the pronouns, singular noun, plural noun, spellings, and the verb 1, verb 2, the present tense, past form of the verb, vs meaning verb with s, everything is added, so don't worry, it will work. Reading fill in the blanks, what is your take on this? What is the suggestion you want to give it to students who are struggling with reading fill in the blanks?
So I would say, please complete Nakul sir's video at first, like the grammar videos that he provides the moment you subscribe with SKILLS PTE. Trust me, before I started with Skills PTE, I was struggling on this part. But the moment I completed those 6 or 8 videos, after that, reading fill in the blanks become very easy. Besides, Nakul sir also given some training on how to identify what is adjective, what is adverb, what is noun, like that. So if you go through that, you will definitely understand, like, that, the guess, what should come and what you should choose. So, and if you practice it daily, trust me, it is very easy.
Great. So that's a stake on reading from the blanks. Prepare for the basics. The grammar, the collocation knowledge you should have, and then start implementing them. And were you able to solve reading from the blanks in under 3 minutes?
1.5 minutes maximum.
Great. Great.
Each one of them.
Great. So the point is, you have the base ready, meaning grammar collocation approach, and then you read a lot of novels, meaning reading skills are so good that you can read so fast and finish off things very quickly, and that's what has happened to him. 1.5 minutes is an achievement, in fact. How did you overcome spelling problem? Like you told, you had a lot of issues with respect to spellings.
Yes, definitely. So when I started the course, and till now, I believe, when I started, I used to believe, I am an Einstein, and I know every spelling. But when I started the class, I fell into the ground. And the second point, when I gave my first exam, I did not keep any note. What I'm
of the mistakes of the spelling.
Where I'm making the mistakes. Yes, I did not. And that cost me a lot. When I gave the exam, and when you will write those on the listening FIV, or when you will write in the essay, trust me, you will definitely fumble, because there are so many things, and your confidence will be shaken. So after I understood this, after coming back from my first attempt, I started maintaining an Excel sheet. So it is anything either you can do on pen and paper or on the Microsoft Excel. I chose the Microsoft Excel. So, I would really like to show how I did it. I have it on my phone.
We will edit it and do it later once, he shares it with us. Yes, please.
Yes. So what I did is, just like we do set 1, set 2, set 3, I did set 1, set 2, set 3. And I chose 2 columns. One is my spelling and another is correct spelling. And whatever was wrong, my spelling, I kept it on the red and I wrote the correct one in the green.
Okay.
And that is how every day before I start the spelling test, I used to go through them. Also, on the last 2 days, like I gave exam on Friday. So Thursday and Friday, I did nothing fancy. What I did is I went through my whole list of the spelling that where I was wrong. And I just went through my vocabulary.
Revised all the spellings, because you already had that repository that you've built over the days. Correct spelling is a nightmare for a lot of students. With rigorous hard work and some practicing things, you definitely will be rewarded. And by the way, in our course, every day we have a spelling test, probably that he has made full use of. The last question, Deepankar, for you. What would be your suggestion for someone stuck in 70s, 65 plus 68, 69, 70 and not being able to get through 79? What would be your suggestion? What they should do basically?
Like we know, the main points carry in reading FIV, reading, writing FIV, listening FIV, right from dictation, and a whole lot of marks carry from the read aloud and repeat sentence. So you don't have to practice 10, 15 in a lot, but try to practice at least 5. It will not take so much time. Also, try to do reading, writing FIV and reading FIV, listening FIV, right from dictation every day, at least 5, 6 or something. Everything as a quantity of 5. I really believe that it is very important to spend at least 2 to 3 hours as a whole. I'm talking to get the score. And if you practice in such a way, trust me, you just have to give 2 or 3 months maximum continuously for 2 or 3 hours every day, and
Boom.
you will get the score.
Scores will come.
Yes.
All right, guys. I think that's all for today. Subrajit, thank you so much for all the insights that you showed us. You told us. It's really rewarding. It's really wonderful to talk to you. Thanks much for your time and all the viewers. And all the viewers.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you can. You can just speak the last few lines if you want.
Yeah, I really want to give this credit to you, sir, because you are my mentor and you are my inspiration, and you really pushed me to get this score. Whenever I came to you, you always guide. You always have given me guidance, like what I should do, where I'm going wrong, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You pushed me. You know where I'm lacking and everything. Even I'm doing low score, you told me this is not up to your caliber and this is not you can do better. That definitely boosts my confidence. I know that you have faith on me. Those definitely work. So a big thanks to you, big thanks to team, and also I would say, in my personal life, a big thanks to my wife, because she has pushed me a lot. So my success goes to you and my wife.
Good to know. Good to know. Really appreciate all your hard work. All the very best for the future endeavors. Fine, guys. That's all for today. Really hope this was an informative content. You believe the same? Like, share, and subscribe, and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'll park it here. This is Nakul, and that's Subrajit for you. With this, we will park it here. Thanks much. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye.